Hey guys, today we're going to be processing a deer. I'm going to show you how I cut up a ham. I got a shoulder I'm going to cut up, and then I've got a tenderloin I'm going to show you how I cut up. And I'm going to grind some of it. We got the grinder cam set up, and then got the sealer mill over here. I usually take trash bags. I get these at Walmart, and they're about the cheapest ones you can find. And what I do after I get my deer skin out, I'll end up putting them in these trash bags, and then I've got a cooler, and I use those ice packets. And I put ice on the bottom of my deer, ice on the top of my deer, and I put another layer of meat. And you can't have the meat touching. You gotta have ice in between them. And you can see once they get cold, you gotta let your deer meat get cold. That way you can work with it longer, and it's just better all around. It's easier to cut. I've got a 1/4 inch piece of plexiglass that I use for a cutting board. It's probably 2 foot by 2 foot maybe. Makes a good cutting board. What I like to do, I'll come in here with a paper towel. All this silver skin that you can't hang on to, that's what you use the paper towel for. That do to hang on to it. See how you can grip it? Come in here, lift that right up, and you can cut that dude right down to nothing now. I'll usually trim these pretty close, get all this excess meat off of it. Like I say, you can grind these up, and you got to make sure you get the fat off of it. You do not want to eat the deer fat. It's got a very bad taste to it. You got to get all the veins out of it. Like I say, any kind of fat. So you just keep trimming it up. Because once you cook this, a lot of that will cook out, or it'll be easier to remove. I still like to get all the fat off of it now, though, if I can. That's pretty good shape right there. It's not too bad. Come in here. I'll find about center of it. You got a joint right here. I like to come in here about center ways of it. Cut down to my joint. Like I say, you can feel it once you get to it. You can actually see where it pivots right there. Find where the socket is. And once I found it, see how it cut right open? Cut right open real easy. And you just keep working with it till you. Then what I'll do, I'll come in here with my sealer mill, lay down here. Comes with a cutter. Put your roller, your bags in there, and I usually buy the bags that are just rolls. That way you can make your own size of the bags you need. And what I'll do, I'll come in here. That'll fit crossways. You always want to allow a couple inches bigger on your paper, or your bags, I mean. And then you just push down on this, keep it square. You got lines on it. That'll cut your bags off. But now you got an open bag. Not a bag, you gotta make it a bag. So what you want to do, you've got a sealing strip right here. You want to put your open end on the, it doesn't matter up or down. Make sure you right on the sealing strip right there. And then you push on the center of it, it'll start doing it. Give it a few minutes, like I say, that actually closed that end of your bag up. And then we'll turn it around here. I'll do the same thing on this end once I get my shoulder in. Just gotta find the easiest way that they fit. I try to eliminate air pockets in it if I can. You want to take your bag, you've got a trough right here. It's actually removable. It's got two little slits in it. And what you want to do, you want to stick your bag in that little slit. It's got, that'll actually hold your bag once you get it in there. Whenever you're doing it, you want to try to remember, always check and make sure you don't have meat on your seal line here. You want to keep it clean, no liquid, no meat or anything. You're going to watch it and make sure it stays pretty clean. Put that in that little groove. Release it. That looks good right there. See, there's no air bubbles in it, no air pockets. That will keep for years right there. And then you want to come back and date it. And usually what I'll do, I'll usually come in here and then cut it up into single servings. Just makes it easier to process. Then I'll come in here. Start on some of the fat. Man, you talking about the tough stuff. Knife won't even hardly cut through it. This is the best part of the deer, I think. Don't get much better than this. Like I say, I'll try to cut to get most of the blood out of it here. Man, look at that meat. You talking about good. It don't get no better than that right there. And what I'll do on the back side of it here, hard to get all of it off. Try not to waste any more meat, but you've got to get this silver skin off of it. You can't cook it, you can't eat it. That right there is good as steak. I think it's better than steak. You talking about delicious. It don't get much better than that. This is the tail end of it, the part next to the hip bone. It's usually got two separate pieces of meat where it tails off into another muscle. Like I say, you gotta cut down and get it out of it. If you do this pretty quick, sometimes you have to wait and let that sealing strip cool down. It'll get so hot. You just gotta kind of keep an eye on it. I'm gonna grind up some burger meat here shortly. And what you want to do when you're using meat that's got a lot of liquid, like ground, a lot of blood, a lot of liquid, you'll get liquid will come through this side of it. And they actually sell a bag liner that goes between your meat and here to protect your seal. You don't want to get your seal too wet, because a lot of times it won't stick. These aren't too bad. Usually what I'll do, I use these small paper towels, and usually you can line it with a paper towel just on the end, but don't get it beyond your sealing strip. Keep it inside your bag. That'll catch all your liquid. Does a great job. And usually what I'll try to do too, pay close attention to your meat. If your meat's wet, make sure you dry it off before you put it in the seal-a-meal bags. It makes a big difference. Makes a big difference. Try to keep your meat good and dry. Oh man, that's a big difference right there. That's what you want to see, pretty much dry meat. Now there's a tenderloin out of a whole doe right there. It's probably, it might be 3 pounds maybe. 2.5, 3 pounds, that's a whole doe. Man, that's good. Now we're going to do the deer ham here. And I already got this one pretty much cleaned. Just make it easier and quicker. I didn't say it was dry, I said it was clean. On a deer ham like this, you've usually got like 8 different sections of meat. 7, 8, I don't know for sure. I don't know if I've ever counted them or not. It's fairly easy to break down. This one will weigh probably, I don't know, 10 pounds maybe. And once you process it and get it cleaned up, you might end up with, I don't know, 5, 6 pounds of meat maybe, something like that. Like I say, it depends on how much you how close you trim it, what you save. A lot of people goes in here and try to keep every little piece and grind it up, whatever. I've done that to a certain extent, but man, you talking about a whole lot of time. And like I say, you can tell little sections of muscle. I say, it's just got little sections of meat, but you've got to separate them. To get the silver skin out from between them. If you don't get the silver skin off, it's awful hard to do anything with it. I have smoked these hams whole. Coming in here, going right alongside the bone, just barely going to the depth of the bone. I don't want to go real deep. Get on both sides of it. Like I say, don't go real deep, because you'll be cutting into your meat on the other side of it. I don't know how to tell you to do it. You just have to get in there till you find the bone and let your knife go right up beside the bone. You can tell whenever you hit it. Let's say once you get it boned out, it'll cut up pretty easy. I left the knuckle in it. Like I say, you got to come in here and get the you got to come in here and get the whatever you call it, the veins and whatever else it is out of there. That's another little section. Another little section. That's got two in it. You can see by the line here in it. I don't know if I can get to that or not. Like I say, I try not to waste any more meat, because this is the good stuff right here, boy. Yeah, we got it out. Like I say, that's what you want to get out. The thick white meat, fat. That's where you're gonna have a bad taste. This is the section that I'll make jerky. Well, I'll make jerky out of all that. This is good jerky stuff right here, man. You can see by the way the grain of the meat is running the other way. You slice that like that real thin for jerky meat. It don't get no better than that now, I'm telling you. That'll be a grind up. All that's just pure meat, nothing but meat from the ham. I still got some silver skin in here. I don't know if I can get that out or not. Try to keep them dried off as much as I can. usually cut them up into, look at that. I mean, just pure meat. That is, man, that is sweet. Like I say, that's the part I make jerky out of. Cut that into strips. Man, you talking about good. It don't get a whole lot better than that. Like I say, I'll cut these into pieces that are, I don't know, 1.5 inches. Want to make sure they go inside the grinder there. I went ahead and ground up those pieces that had a little bit of silver skin in it. You can leave it in there to a certain extent, not a bunch of it, because once you grind it, you can see the little white specks. The silver skin will grind up. As long as it's not much or real thick, you usually do okay. And it's not noticeable in here because it's such fine little pieces. If I find a piece, I'll take it out. But if you remember on the pieces when I was cutting it out, it was just a flat sheet. That's when you'll have trouble. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to clean out my grinding plate. Done got a clog, all that. Probably should have done it before now. You can see that's why I don't like grinding up that silver skin. See how it sticks in your blade. I mean, it doesn't hurt anything, it just makes it hard on your knife or your blades, and it'll clog them up. You see it in there. That's some tough stuff. I think they used to, Indians or whoever used to make bowstrings out of them. I believe it. You can see it's all over the blade too. Not quite as bad. Easiest way to clean out a grinder is take a stale piece of light bread and run it through it. Come out of there. Which, I mean, most all of it will come out anyway. But like I say, if you get some chunks stuck up in there, take your stale piece of light bread, run it through there. That's too much silver skin for me. You gotta watch out. I didn't bring this up. You gotta watch out whenever you put your bones in the packages. That will ruin your seal right there. That sharp point. You always want to watch that. I usually watch them better and break them off. I hit that on the brick wall, broke it right off. Like I say, that's not sharp. Now you gotta watch it. That'll ruin a piece of meat, boy. Let me turn it where it's not. What you want to do too, get you a little scale. what I'll end up doing, I'll usually end up packaging my my ground in 1 pound packages. Of course, the bowl's gonna weigh some. That's 5 pounds, 5 1/4 pounds. I knew it was close to 5 pounds, so we got 5 pounds of meat out of that one deer ham plus the trimmings. That ain't bad. It's gonna be a little shy right there probably. And that's good right there. Like I say, once you do it some, you can usually get pretty close on it. We'll see how close we are on this first bag. That'll be about right. I'll usually try to mash it into my corners, get all my air pockets out of it. Mash her down pretty good, and like I say, dry all the sealing edge off of it here. I'm gonna try this first one without any paper towels in it, see if it does okay. It should. Man, that's good. 1 pound package. That's just perfect to make soup, chilies, or whatever you want to make. Hey guys, thanks for watching.